From Hagen Arena, St. Joseph's University here in Philadelphia. Normally great basketball home. Tennis balls have been bouncing in the favor of the Philadelphia Freedoms this year, alone in first place in World Team Tennis so far in 2018. But to stay that way, they need to beat the Springfield Lasers tonight. Hi there, Jason Epp alongside Renee Stubbs as we get ready to roll here for this latest edition of World Team Tennis tonight. The only match in the league tonight, so all eyes focused in on the Lasers and the Freedoms. Washington Castles winning last night to get to 5-2. So did the San Diego Aviators on the West Coast against Orange County. So Philly needs to win to stay by themselves atop the league.
They certainly do. So for tonight, this is a big one for Philadelphia, more so than anything, because the way the standings are right now, you would think that it's really a race between the top three teams. And as you said, Jason, a big one for the Freedoms because they can really take that step above the teams below them in Washington and San Diego.
This a rematch of the last meeting for both teams. They played Sunday in Missouri. As we look at the Wilson lineups, you'll see a lot of familiar names that played in that win for the Freedoms. Gabby Dabrowski will make her debut starting off the night here in mixed doubles for Philly. And Taylor Townsend again kind of guiding the way for Philadelphia. She's been phenomenal in the early portion of the year.
She sure has. So a little pressure on Gabriella Dabrowski, or as we call her, Gabby, because she's coming into this team with them playing the way they are. So there's a bit of pressure on Dabrowski to start this first set off in mixed doubles well.
We'll see how it plays out. Those are the Wilson lineups. Again, home team gets to decide the order of play. Craig Carden, for a lot of the year, has gone with Kevin King to close the deal in men's singles. That'll be the case. We'll see Dabrowski out of the gate in mixed doubles with Fabrice Martin against a couple of vets, Daniel Nestor and Abby Spears.
Certainly are. Daniel Nestor, one of my old mixed doubles partners. I know I've said that pretty much every night, but I definitely played with Daniel. We made the semis of the US Open together. He reminded me of that tonight, actually. I completely forgot. But listen, we've got another couple of Kings. We've had Kings against Kings, and Billie Jean King in the house again tonight. So they're all over the place. Vanya King, of course, who is a veteran of World Team Tennis, was a WTT MVP of the season a bunch of years ago. She's right there, the smallest of the Springfield Lasers right there.
So Springfield is out, the Freedoms getting introduced as well, and we are about to get rolling. First place Philly looking to improve to 6-1 on the season, but the Lasers have something to say about that. First serve of our opening set, it's straight ahead here from Philadelphia.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more, but by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves.
Of wins for the history books.
And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness
is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, For the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
WTT.tv is brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. By Forevermark. Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are worthy of the Forevermark inscription. Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
We're just about halfway through the 2018 World Team Tennis presented by Geico season. Philadelphia looking to keep sole possession of first place tonight at home against the Springfield Lasers. In Philadelphia, been sensational throughout the year. And Springfield trying to battle back here and get a win on the road and see if it can throw its hat in the ring down the stretch here for the second portion of this season. Warm-ups continuing. Fabrice Martin will be matched up with Gabby Dabrowski here in mixed doubles against Daniel Nestor and Abigail Spears to start off. Of course, the rules here for Renee, they can get a little intriguing with the players here in the format. 2 men, 2 women. The coach, a set of each of the disciplines: men's, women's singles, men's, women's doubles, and mixed. Home team selecting the order of play. Scoring here is paramount. And when they met on Sunday, 3 of the 5 sets went to one of those 9-point tie breaks to decide things. Philly took most of them en route to the victory.
Yep, and as we'll see with the way WTT is different from the ATP and WTA tours, well, it's a cumulative scoring, first of all, and we don't see that on the WTA tour because we don't really care about that. You care about sets and matches won, but here it's all a cumulative scoring. There's no ad scoring. There are substitutes allowed, so Taylor Townsend, for example, could come in and substitute Gabby Dabrowski in this mixed doubles. That's how you can play. Lets are in play, so when the serve hits the let and goes over, it is in play. And on-court coaching with the Geico timeouts allows the coach to come out and give his players some advice during the set. And in doubles with the let in play, just so you know, your partner can hit that serve. So if it does hit the tape and jump over and it's short in the court, sometimes you might not be able to get to that as a returner, but as a net player, you can run up and smack it. So I haven't seen that in a long time. I played 13 seasons and it happened twice for me for an advantage in my way, but you don't see it very often. But it's fun when you do.
Eyes as big as saucers when that's sitting there.
Yeah, because you obviously when you're playing regular doubles, it's a let is a let, and you just so let it go. But here you have to be on your toes, and that's why WTT is so exciting, because it's every point, every shot counts. And as you already said, Jason, they met not long ago, and it came down to some very big points and games. And it will probably, I would say, be the same tonight.
J.L. DeJager, 12th straight year as Springfield's coach. 19 seasons in all in World Team Tennis. It's 7 as a player. 2-time World Team Tennis Coach of the Year. Led the Lasers to 4 Western Conference titles in the old format. Right now, his Springfield team ready to go. Fabrice Martin serving. Philadelphia with the red tops. Dark colors here for Springfield as we get underway from Hagan Arena.
Yeah, that's just such an old school play there from Daniel Nestor, one of the great doubles players and players that we've seen on the ATP Tour. I mean, really one of the great doubles players. He just plays this so well. He gets it below, gets a little lucky there, but he sees the racket face of Martin, and not a smart shot from Martin to go back to Nestor. Boah. Daniel, he's one of the reasons he's been so good, well, lots of reasons, but he's such a good ball striker. He knows how to play on the doubles court. He knows where to move. He's had a really great serve his whole career, and he just takes this return, gets it low. That's all he's thinking about. Get the return in and get it low.
Now Martin serving to Spears. Her return grazing the bottom side of the overhead scoreboard here at Hagan Arena. That's out of play. So Philly picks up a point. Look at Fabrice Martin, 31 years of age, from France, lives in Florida. Third straight season here playing World Team Tennis.
Oh, so the first touch of the ball there from Gabby Dabrowski as a Philadelphia Freedom. Coming off a really good year this year in doubles.
You think 3 WTA titles? That'll certainly work. Brisbane, Doha, and Eastbourne. Also won a second Grand Slam title, mixed doubles. Winning the Australian, runner-up with the French. It's been a fine 2018 indeed for the 26-year-old from Ottawa, Canada. Philly's 3 straight points to get to the deciding potential point here in the opening game. So Nestor and Spears, strong start. Fast finish to Martin's opening service game. Philly on the board, Springfield ready to strike.
There's not a lot of weaknesses on this court. All 4 players have good serves, good returners of the ball. Oh, that's a great return there from Martin. He's usually playing the backhand side. He mixes it up, takes this lefty serve. It was a good serve from Nestor, but just blocks it back beautifully. Oh, that's a bad miss from Abby. Got to be more ready on that particular return.
Daniel Nestor, as Abby Spears works her way back to the net. Getting ready to roll. 45 years of age. Turned pro in 1991.
Yeah, Daniel and I, we played a number of years together in mixed. I loved playing with Daniel because he's just so relaxed and chilled, and he just does everything really, really well. The reason that this guy's won so many Grand Slams and was a very good singles player in his own right. One of Canada's best.
Let me run the math for you. He's been a pro for 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
You could argue that there's not a lot of professional athletes in any sport that have been around, you closing in on 3 decades. Golf may be an exception, but to stay physically relevant and have the skill set to stay alive, continue to play. Coach DeJager saying he understands what he can do at this age and does it well.
Yeah, I mean, he's just always had a really good serve. I think being left-handed certainly helps with the serving, but it's still big. And you see the first volley there. He understands just how to make that first volley. You don't have to be really quick. You just have to have good hands, and he does. But now in trouble. And Abby Spears has not helped out Daniel in this game. A couple of missed volleys. There's a perfect example. It was a good return from Gabby Dabrowski, making Nestor play the volley, but he doesn't try and overplay the volley. Just makes it back deep and understands if I get that back deep, they have to come up with something really special to win the point.
3-all point.
Gender to gender and mixed, so he will have to serve to the other guy. Well, that's just a great move from Dabrowski. That's understanding doubles right there.
Philly's been sensational in mixed doubles and 3-all points this year. 9 of 11 now so far in World Team Tennis in 2018. Taylor Townsend, who's been part of the mixed doubles tandem with Fabrice Martin for a good chunk of the year, watching as Gabby Dabrowski gets the break with her partner Martin as she serves for the first time.
And she has a good serve. It's one of the reasons why she's done so well in doubles and in mixed doubles. She possesses a very good first serve and allows her partners to move a lot at the net. And her partner in women's doubles is very active at the net as well.
Mentioned the second slam title for her, the Australian this year. First Canadian woman to ever win a major. She won mixed at the French last year. Nestor smacks that long.
Of course, for Dabrowski to have to play against Daniel Nestor, who's basically like a tennis national treasure, this would be pretty cool for her. So I don't know how much they would have played on the tour against each other.
Nestor, 12 Grand Slam titles in all, Olympic gold in 2000 in Sydney, 91 doubles crowns in all. Martin at 6'6", able to stretch out and bury that. Dabrowski and Martin trying to make it 3-love here quickly for the Freedoms in mixed.
Oh, wonderful return there. One of the things about Daniel and being here in Philadelphia is he was part of the last time they won a World Team Tennis Championship.
2006?
Yes. Oh, God. Unfortunately for Abby Spears, she's just started this mixed doubles not well. Let's just put it that way. She missed a couple of volleys on Daniel's serve, and then that was just a very basic forehand to miss.
So Spears and Nestor in a big hole early. Remember, not only about this set, but the cumulative scoring. Again, when they met the other night, Philadelphia won by 5, but bunch of the sets, 3 of them went to a tie break. One won by Springfield, the other 2 from Philly. The other 2 sets 5-3.
I think we might see a replacement in this mixed up. Oh, here we go. Oh!
You called it.
I don't know. I had a feeling it might happen tonight. Isn't that bizarre? There it is. There's a perfect example. And Gabby Dabrowski, who has never played World Team Tennis, was ready for this. So good job there. Not quite ready enough. If she'd been really ready, she probably would have had an easier shot. Daniel Nestor's played a bunch of team tennis, so he was ready for that.
It's like seeing something in the wild you've never seen, and all of a sudden it's there.
It was. It's like seeing a koala in Australia. Everybody thinks they're everywhere. They're not. They're really not. I was just saying about a substitute. It wouldn't surprise me if JL puts in Vanya King in this mixed doubles match, because Abby has not played well, but she has a bigger serve than Vanya, so he might try and take advantage of Vanya's ability to return a little better. Yeah, that's not the place to hit that lob. Daniel's left-handed, so that lob goes straight over his actual hitting hand. You needed to hit that return. Not a bad idea to hit a lob. You got to hit it down the middle, though. That's an awesome volley.
So Spears and Nestor finally settle in and get a game, but there is a deficit here. Opening set, mixed doubles. World Team Tennis presented by Geico. First place Philadelphia, early 3-1 lead on Springfield. More coming from Hagan Arena in just a moment.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me. Relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
At least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions
Incredible point.
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Action continuing here from Philadelphia with the Freedoms right now in control 3-1. Opening set of the 5 on the night against the Springfield Lasers. Fabrice Martin trying to push this lead out to 4-1. Able to serve and volley effectively.
Well, the Springfield Lasers just have had a bunch of opportunities to make some pretty regular shots that they've missed, and it's really making a difference here tonight. I mean, even that volley, Abby Spears really missed a couple of volleys on Daniel Nesta's serve that cost them. And now in this game, Nesta's missed a couple that he would not normally miss. So they're just not as sharp as the Freedoms right now.
It's a double from Martin, but still cruising along on his serve. Guy with 3 ATP doubles crowns to his credit. One coming last year in Doha.
Oh, almost. Not a bad idea to hit that on the fly. You want to hit it out of the air because as soon as you let it bounce, you allow your opponents to come into the net. And so just a little too much there from Dabrowski. Didn't quite have the balance she needed. Awesome return.
So suddenly Springfield storming back. We're at a 3-all point, and kind of the tale of the seasons for these teams. Philadelphia so far this year winning about 60% of 3-all points. Springfield under 40%. So telling time here. Can the Lasers win this point, get the break, and get back on serve?
Yeah, this is a huge point for this evening's scoreline. And remember, a cumulative scoring. So this point, huge.
And Martin able to get it done. 4-1 Philadelphia. Crisis averted for Dabrowski and Martin.
A kick serve into the forehand side of Daniel Nesta. It's a very difficult serve for a lefty to hit. It's just like when a lefty hits the kicker to a right-handed. It's not easy to hit that serve. I love when they do this, the players. When they want a replay of the electronic line calling. It's, guys, it's the same call. It's not going to change. It's the machine.
Again, Hawkeye Live making all the calls in World Team Tennis this year. No lines, people. 12 cameras guiding the computer to make all the calls.
I want to like yell out, hey, you know, it's a machine, right? It doesn't change its call.
No challenge system in place.
But this is why I love it, because, and we're going to implement this for sure. This is going to happen on the tour. There's no doubt about it, at the slams, because it takes away the human error. There's no arguing. And it also takes away the fact that you're making the players make the challenge decisions. And a player cannot make those decisions sometimes under pressure. They make the shot. Should I challenge or not? I made the shot. You're taking all that risk out of it. For me, this is an awesome innovation.
It's fun throughout this first week plus to kind of see the players starting to get used to it.
I think the players love this.
But for Martin in that, it's almost like he's trying to train himself to make sure that his eyes understand, okay, it was.
Yeah.
You know, so you have an acceptance.
Good point. Yeah. But I just need him to know that it's not going to change.
Nestor and Spears able to get a quick hold, but Philadelphia with Gabby Dabrowski able to try to serve this out right now. And the Freedoms faithful looking for an early finish off here in mixed. That's one easy one.
That's another good serve, and that's why Gabby Dabrowski's been so successful in doubles and mixed. Hitting those big first serves.
She's with the Freedoms this week for 3 straight matches as a wild card player. Philly has a crazy schedule this week. They're home tonight, and again tomorrow night against Orange County. And then they're also home Thursday afternoon against San Diego. Friday they play in Chicago against the Washington Castles. And then they're back on the road in D.C. Saturday night. That is a rigorous 5 days.
It's very normal for World Team Tennis, I can tell you. The fact that they're home for a few nights now, though, that makes it nice. The bartender in the back there, he was ready for that. Ready to protect those red wines. Oh, that's a big miss. If you're going to miss it, 3-0 is not a bad time. But in World Team Tennis, every point counts. And the pressure is, believe it or not, goes back on you quickly.
Springfield still alive in this set momentarily.
See, that's a perfect example of just smart doubles. You know, you see the modern players, the younger players, they would try and hit that really hard. There's no point in hitting this hard, because if you hit it hard, you're out of position. Instead, Daniel gets it down below the net, forces you to hit up. That's why Dabrowski missed that shot.
Martin able to stretch out and silence any sort of Springfield comeback. 5-2 Philadelphia, first place team playing like it to open up here in mixed doubles. Spears cross-court attempt stymied by Fabrice Martin. He and Gabby Dabrowski able to celebrate, and Philadelphia streaking out to the early lead, which has to please Craig Carden, 10th-year head coach. We'll step aside for the moment with women's doubles ahead. You're watching World Team Tennis presented by Geico from Philadelphia.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, into the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure! What pressure? The players on the...
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again, until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions,
incredible point,
and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
Philadelphia Freedoms flashing out to the early advantage. Kevin King staying loose. Fans in the stands enjoying that mixed doubles win for Fabrice Martin, Gabby Dabrowski. So the Freedoms strike first. Women's doubles on deck. And this duo, Taylor Townsend, Raquel Atau, has been formidable for Philadelphia in the early stretch of the season. We'll see Abby Spears back out against Vanya King as they try to right the ship for Coach DeJager and the Lasers. But Philadelphia's been putting pressure on a lot of teams very quickly, and that theme has not changed tonight.
Yeah, this is an interesting set of doubles, though, because you have, of course, Abby Spears, who is a long-time doubles partner of Raquel Atau. They played for a number of years on the tour with each other, so they know each other's games inside and out. Vanya King, of course, is a multiple Grand Slam doubles champion after winning the U.S. Open and Wimbledon with her partner back then in Shadova, and came very close to winning actually another U.S. Open. So she has tremendous amount of doubles experience herself, and Abby Spears, who was just out there. So this is a really competitive doubles matchup. Oh, that's a great return, because that was a set play from Abby Spears and Vanya King. That was a serve to the backhand, probably to the body, and go. And Taylor does a wonderful job of getting that into the open court. That's when you're like, hey, too good.
Townsend at 22, 5th year of World Team Tennis.
That's as good a return. That's what Raquel Atau is so good at on the forehand side. But also, just watch what she does. She hits the return and moves in behind it, and that puts pressure on Abby Spears on that first volley. So we're going to see a little I formation. So by playing I, they take away that cross-court backhand angle there from Taylor Townsend. She hit in the previous point. So we're going to see a Geico timeout here from JL because he understands the importance of this game. Cannot get off to a slow start. So they're going to go out. He's going to go out and just reinforce what the things we're trying to work on are. And what are we taking away?
And two players with plenty of World Team Tennis experience, certainly their coach. Approaching 2 decades here of WTT action as a player and a coach. Spears, been a pro since 2000, grew up in San Diego, now calls Colorado Springs that area home.
I'm not quite sure he walked out there and said, just hit an ace. Can you just hit an ace? Can you hit 3 aces, actually?
Yeah, that would work.
Great coaching.
Out of the Geico timeout, the ace plays here for Springfield. 8th season for Abby Spears in World Team Tennis, 3rd with Springfield. Also played for Philly back in 2015.
Oh, excuse me. I mean, Taylor Townsend is just playing so well. You can see in the corner right-hand side of the TV screen, we pull back a little bit there. It's Billie Jean King in the house, who's the owner of the Philadelphia Freedoms.
Breakpoint chance, Philly.
That's a good overhead, not easy. So as you heard, the PA announcer, receiver's choice. And of course they're going to go with Taylor Townsend because she's been on fuego in this game. There's Billie.
She looks on to see if her team can continue to do damage in 3-all points. Remember, about 60% as a team. Women's doubles unit, 7 of 14. 3-all chances.
Oh, just wide.
Ooh. Boy, Townsend thought she had it right in front of the Freedoms bench, too. Everybody can't believe how close that was.
That was struck perfectly.
Yeah, even our chair umpire, Kevin Moss, looking up at the Hawkeye Live review on the big screen.
Wait, once again, they looked at the Hawkeye? And it was out? I'm just going to keep saying it all season. I mean, guys, let it go.
So Springfield, after giving up the first couple of points, storms back to get the hold. Greg Carden having a chat with the opposition on the bench, lighthearted as it is. And Townsend ready to start the serve. We'll talk more about her scintillating singles numbers when we see her coming up, but she and Atau, 29 and 19 coming in. They've won the 3rd most games in women's doubles as a pair, and that's despite having played 1 less match than everybody else in the league, along with Springfield.
That's a wonderful serve. Not a bad idea there, because Atau likes to attack at the net. She likes to move, and of course, Abby Spears, who's playing doubles with her for a number of years, would know that. So a smart chip lob, just missed it wide.
Well, players change partners in doubles a lot. Not a lot of secrets on tour.
The one thing I can tell you about Vanya King, she used to work with my old coach, Ray Ruffles, an Australian, and he begged me to play doubles with her for about 7 months when he was working with her. And he said, he used to call me Grubbs, and he said, Grubbs, you got to play with Vanya. You got to play. And I thought, Ray, what is this 17-year-old little kid, because she was so young back then, what is she going to be able to do on a doubles court? And I hit with her the first time, and I totally got it. She's so smart on the doubles court. That's why she does and has done so well in her career. just long.
Two-time Grand Slam doubles champ, both in 2010, Wimbledon, and then the U.S. Open. Been to the semis to the French, and the quarterfinals to the Australian Open twice is Vanya King.
She's just that type of player, immediately with hitting with her. You know, a lot of players nowadays, they just hit the ball big and hard, and there's not really a lot of semblance of what they're doing on the doubles court. But Vanya has always played the right shot at the right time. She doesn't have a big serve. It's always been her biggest issue, and we'll see it right now. But she doesn't overplay, and that's so important in doubles, to know what shot to hit at the right time.
Spears through the wickets there of Atau. Did you fear when you played a team, did you fear savvy or skill more from the opposition?
Well, it's kind of the same thing, really. I mean, savvy and skill are the same thing. I preferred to play someone hit the ball hard. Hit it hard at me, I don't care, but be smart, that's different. You know, it depends on what kind of a player you were, but in doubles, being smart is much better than hitting the ball big. If you have both, double whammy.
King and Spears here, trying to jump back ahead and close the gap overall. Right now, 6-3 Philadelphia in the match.
You know, just to finish that point, because in doubles is still about angles, and it's still about, you're playing half the court, right? In singles, if you hit the ball big and hard, you can probably beat a lot of people, but in doubles, it's not necessarily true, because you're only hitting to a small part of the court.
So Vanya King with the hold, 2-1 Springfield in the set. Philadelphia still up 6-4.
Yeah, so a good job there from Vanya King. All first serves, and that's key. Not trying to do too much.
So Raquel Atau will serve for the first time, like Vanya King, from California. Atau lives in San Jose. Her 6th season of World Team Tennis, first for the Freedoms. Played for Springfield before 2014. Down the line, beauty there from Spears.
There's nobody in the world that would be more used to Raquel's serve than Abby Spears, because no one would have hit more serves against her in practice than Raquel, and it makes such a difference, Jason. And that's just, thank you very much. They know that Taylor Townsend is close to the net and likes to move. So they have just, in their minds, decided we're going to go down the line on every return. And that's what's important in doubles, and that's what makes a good doubles player and a good team, is that you're on the same page. There was no doubt she was going down the line on that.
2 cracking returns for Springfield out of the gate. Potential break opportunity here. So Craig Carden just wants to slow things down for a moment. Takes a Geico timeout to chat with his team. You mentioned Atau, Spears know each other very well. You changing things up? Do you just stick with your strengths and hoping, you know, because am I going to, like a chess match, think of something to outfox you?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the players that I remember having to play against Lisa Raymond. I played 7 years with Lisa, so every time I played against her, it was like nightmare. She knows, I knew what she was going to do. She probably knew what I was going to do, and it was a matter of who was going to play it better. And sometimes you just have to play the score. So they're playing I formation again.
I would think the fear would be in that scenario that you're trying to do something different, a different pattern, so to speak, and then you totally get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sometimes you have to stay on your own side of the net, and that's hard to do when you know your opponent knows you better than anyone.
Here we go again. Atau to Spears.
It's just, again, that is a perfect example of Vanya King being smart. The ball was below the net. If the ball's below the net, your job is to get it back below the net. Watch this right here. This is a good little shot. Didn't try and do too much, just got it low and then waited for the one that was easier to put away. Big point here. So it looks like T and Taylor will go to her left. Excuse me, her right.
Vanya King, exquisite stuff, and the break is there for Springfield, allowing the Lasers to take a 3-1 lead in the set. More importantly, they close the gap to 6-5 in the match. Break time here for the moment. As the Lasers feeling it, can they turn around and consolidate that break? We'll find out coming up as World Team Tennis presented by Geico continues from Philly.
So you just walk around telling people Geico could help them save money on car insurance?
Yeah, that, and homeowners, renters, motorcycle and boat insurance.
Huh, that's nice. What happens when you catch a fish?
Geico. More than just car insurance. See how much you could save at geico.com.
I'm okay!
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same.
Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves. Of wins for the history books. And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
Fans here at Hagan Arena in Philadelphia enjoying the tennis. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching, like Marilyn McPherson watching us on Facebook Live. Glad to have you check out the action. She's enjoying the streaming this year, thanks to World Team Tennis. Our thanks as well. Jason Knapp, Renee Stubbs. 3-1 Springfield in women's doubles.
Oh, great return again from Taylor Townsend. She is on that backhand cross court tonight.
Taylor Townsend trying to get she and her partner refired, refocused. Talked to Raquel Atau. She always talks about loving to play with Taylor Townsend, always so positive, always building her up. They need a little of that juice right now.
It's a smart serve there. Again, remember how long Abby Spears and Raquel played together on tour. So she knows that Raquel likes the pace. So chooses to go for a kick serve. That's where you've got to be a little bit a step ahead of your opponent.
That one is long. Freedom duo 2 points away from potentially breaking right back. We've been playing like Abby Spears has for a long time. You're hoping for that Grand Slam breakthrough. Finally happened for her last year. Mixed doubles at the Australian with Juan Sebastian Cabal of Colombia.
Yeah, she was supposed to retire, but she's still around. Everyone was like, oh, Abby. And she's still here. Told everyone she was retiring. Oof, right on the edge of the line.
Well, when you win one of those bigger trophies, it's good
makes you
want
to keep playing. Yeah, you get the check and you think, I don't know.
Well, that pair, she and Cabal, made the quarterfinals at Wimbledon a couple of weeks ago. She also got to the women's doubles semis. So, yeah, a lot of reasons to keep playing. That one, Hawkeye Live says in.
Wow.
That one a bit deep. Abby trying to get refocused with King. 3-all point time.
That was just a huge mistake. Now massive pressure on Spears to come up with something really good here, because she knows that was a big miss.
and paying the price as a towel on the doorstep gets the put away, and the Freedoms answer immediately, breaking Springfield right back.
Well, again, you just think back to that overhead. That was, and that's a bit surprising from Abby, because she should know that Raquel is going to look for that. She played with her enough to know that Raquel is so active at the net. And a good move there, good return, and a massive error on that overhead. That could cost them tonight, big time.
Taylor Townsend spinning that serve in. Unbeaten in women's singles so far. We'll see her later on against Vanya King. And she and Tao have been spectacular.
That kick serve from a lefty is a nightmare for a right-hander, for anyone actually. Big return.
These two, like these teams, met each other over the weekend in Springfield. Went to a tiebreak and a couple of service holds, potentially a few of them from getting back there. Philly won that time and point away from evening this time at 3 games apiece.
It's just such, again, a great serve, because you have to move. You naturally move to your left when you play against a left-hander, because they have that, all of them have that swinging serve out wide. So if you can conquer that serve like Taylor does, boy, is it hard to defend against.
Serving from Taylor Townsend. Good work at the net from Raquel Tao. And the Freedoms have pulled back even at 3 games apiece, but they've got the lead overall 8-5. Just like they drew it up.
Now the pressure on Vanya King. She served really well in the last game, got a lot of first serves in. She'll be hoping to do that again.
Beware the return of Taylor Townsend, especially if that serve isn't quality enough.
Good serve there from Vanya, really shooting through. I'm not quite sure that the play was to go to Taylor's forehand and move. I think it was probably to the backhand. So those are little things in doubles that are so important. Oh, look out. That is, I say it once a match. That was a shocker. This ball was going so far out that Taylor decided to hit it. This was no chance it was going. Oh my goodness. Not only did she hit an out ball, but she hit hers so far out she almost took out the VIP section and Billie Jean.
Hit a screamer to the pricey seats, and they'll have a story to tell as they dodge that.
Just don't hit the beer or the wine.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Well, Freedoms do get the next point back, 2-2 in the game. Another critical spot here, first half of the night's action.
3-2. So you can see that they've used that serve out wide, and Taylor anticipating that maybe they would move on it again. So as we suspected, this set was going to be close.
And it's trending potentially towards a tie break if Philadelphia can handle its business in its final service game, potentially before getting to that 9-point tie break. King Spears trying to help Guy in the lasers back, close that gap opened up by Philadelphia in mixed doubles when Philly won 5-2 to start the evening.
Oh. Well, it happened again. Vanya Kin could have hit that return if she wanted to. It might have even been better for her actually too, but it went a little bit too far to her right. And Abby Spears, you got to hit that ball through the middle. You just, it's such a big point. You cannot make an error on that shot. Vanya is definitely playing solid, hitting the ball, returning well, not overplaying.
She got dinged up in women's singles a few matches ago last week. Had to get subbed for, but has come back to play effectively, clearly for the Lasers since.
Hasn't played a ton of singles this year.
Townsend missing on the overhead.
So again, it's just the importance of understanding the score there. That's just too difficult an overhead to try and hit a winner on, particularly at 1-1 in the game. Oh, again, I cannot overstate how smart Vanya King is on the tennis court as a doubles player. Just getting that ball low, beautiful hands over the back, because she knows Atau likes to move forward and be aggressive. That's an unbelievable lob. Raquel just ran out of room.
Perfection there. Spears appreciates it, and Springfield now with a break point, set point opportunity. And they can really close things up to 8-7 overall. Craig Carden taking a Geico timeout and has sent Fabrice Martin, as he is often opt to do, some of the doubles matches, get a different perspective out there.
Well, sometimes you just don't want to hear from certain people at certain times, and teammates almost are better sometimes because they just know how you feel. But it's nicer to hear from them instead of the coach sometimes. Perfect return.
Springfield storming back. Vanya King, Abby Spears taking the set 5-3. And suddenly that Philadelphia advantage, which was 3 after 1 set, down to just a single game through 2. JL DeJager and the rest of the Lasers up off the bench to celebrate. And Springfield is right back close. 8-7 men's doubles on deck as World Team Tennis presented by Geico rolls on from Philly.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more, but by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
First place Philadelphia here in World Team Tennis on July 24th. Tomorrow's July 25th, so Santa Claus in the house because tonight essentially would be the night before Christmas in July. So Old St. Nick is here rooting on the Freedoms. His color scheme kind of matches the red for the Freedoms as well.
Good point.
And men's doubles is ready to roll here. Jason Knapp, Renee Stubbs, glad to have you along wherever you're watching World Team Tennis action presented by Geico tonight. Daniel Nestor matched up with Miomir Kecmanovic, the 18-year-old from Serbia that lives and trains in Florida, the IMG Academy, nicknamed Misha. They'll be matched up against Fabrice Martin, who we saw earlier in mixed, and Kevin King, who we'll also see later in men's singles. There is the 18-year-old for Springfield, former world #1 junior at the U.S. Open boys singles final a couple of years ago. Been watching the first two, has to come off the bench, and Martin getting one past his strike zone.
I will say this, the court in Springfield is very fast. This one, not so fast. And you can tell how already that kick serve would have come to him a little more in Springfield, whereas here it jumps up. So Kecmanovic has to get used to the pace of this court. And it'll take him a game or two, or at least a shot or two, to get used to it.
All part of his learning process. J.L. Yeager high in his praise for this young player. But all part of the learning process, especially playing against some of the singles players you'll see at times in this league. Nestor with another beauty. And boy, King and Martin right now, trying to get this hold. Kevin King, quality volley, and Philadelphia holds out of the gate. King, 27 years of age, Peachtree City, Georgia. Another World Team Tennis newcomer here in 2018. And inside the top 120 in doubles, top 170 in singles.
Another thing about World Team Tennis, you get to keep that ball when it goes into the crowd.
Daniel Nestor back out for his second set of work on the night. And fell with Spears earlier in mixed. Won at every slam, Olympic gold, first player to win in doubles at every Masters 1000 event on the ATP schedule.
Great serve. And somebody that, you know, we start talking about the Hall of Fame, players that should go into the Hall of Fame. I think Daniel definitely needs to be at least on a ballot. Start talking about some of the great doubles players of all time that are in there, and there are a few, and I believe that Daniel should probably be one of those.
Kecmanovic can't get it over.
I mean, what he did in singles, in his singles career, doubles career, obviously, and Davis Cup representation and the Olympics, probably him and someone like a Leander Paes. What he did for India, tennis in India, and obviously what Daniel has done for tennis in Canada. Now under serious pressure.
Push to the wall early here for this Philadelphia men's doubles duo.
See, the problem is that Daniel Nestor at his age, you know, for him to cover a lot of the court, a little bit more difficult, but also he's playing with a younger opponent that probably doesn't really know the nuances of doubles very well. Oh, that's a big miss.
Daniel Nestor had been a pro for 9 years when his partner was born.
Yeah. Well, he could be his dad easily. I mean, easily.
He had 27 years in professional tennis.
Major pressure now on the second serve.
And double faults the game away. Philly with a break, 2-love in the set, 10-7 in the match. We saw Springfield steal a set in women's doubles. You know, Philadelphia looking to keep the pressure on with Kevin King ready to serve for the first time.
I just feel like a lot of the errors that Daniel's made tonight, really, he hasn't been helped by his partner. And I can just feel it in the way he's playing. He's overplaying, like, even to double fault there. That's just thinking about what he has to do on the first volley. Whereas if he was playing with someone that was a little bit more active at the net, he probably wouldn't feel as much pressure on his own serve.
If you look statistically, both men's doubles teams for each of these squads near the bottom of the standings in men's doubles in the 6-team league. King doing a good job on first serves, but both of these teams just about 40% winning points on their first serves. It's tough to win that one.
Yeah, that's not good stats for men's doubles. Should be up in the high 60s at least.
King cruising along. Kecmanovic and Nestor trying to shake off that break last game, but doesn't look like it's going to happen in this game. Hold It Love. 3 straight in men's doubles here for the Freedoms. It can go fast and furious, and it is slanted in Philadelphia's favor right now in this set, 11-7 overall.
So as far as the cumulative scoring, we talk about it all the time. This is where you can't sort of get perturbed and just sort of tank a game or two, because that could cost you your team the match. You must try and hold serve here. You know, maybe on the regular tour you might throw a set, but you can't throw a game in World Team Tennis. Whoa, look at that forehand.
And the 18-year-old ripping that across. Said he started playing tennis at age 6 just for fun because he was kind of bored at home. Enjoyed it, got pretty good pretty quick. You can see some of the raw tools that made him a former #1 ranked junior in the world. Hawkeye Live. Truth telling as always.
Oh, it's a tough volley. The ball got below the net. And once it goes below the net, then you have to obviously get it above the net and then still in. You need to put a little bit of topspin on it, so it's a difficult volley.
King sliding over. 2-2. Kevin King scuffled on some volleys, and we saw him here last week, but they look clean tonight.
That's just a big, that is just pure power. 124 miles an hour, big. Well, that's a big miss from the veteran.
3-all point coming up.
Well, as far as this night is concerned and this match where it's at, this game and this point is absolutely crucial for both teams.
And a big double on that 3-all point. There have been 5 of them tonight. Philadelphia has cashed in with 4 wins on those 3-all points. And it's 4-love in the set, 12-7 overall. And King and Martin now can close out the set in tidy fashion in their next service game. That's coming up when we return here to Philly in a moment.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Philadelphia Freedoms looking to finish things off here in men's doubles. Freedoms took the first set of mixed 5-2. Lasers won it 5-3 in women's, and Fabrice Martin, Kevin King handling their business so far here in men's. King poaching over. Big serving from Fabrice Martin, who, like Kecmanovic on the other side of the court, another guy that spent time at IMG Academy, still lists Bradenton as his hometown, the Frenchman. And it has been all Philadelphia here. This duo has taken advantage of some flat play from the Springfield pair and a chance to get this done lickety-split.
Boom, just like that.
Fabrice Martin firing home the ace. 5-love demolition in men's doubles for Kevin King and Fabrice Martin. And the lead advanced even further here for Philadelphia. Taking it here to Springfield, and Martin and King can celebrate a resounding victory in men's doubles. So the 3 doubles sets are done, singles to come. 13-7 the advantage here for the front-running Philadelphia Freedoms. World Team Tennis presented by Geico. More of it from Philadelphia coming up here after our intermission break.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham, edge of the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams. Nice.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure. What pressure? The players on the
WTT.TV is brought to you by Citi. Welcome What's Next.
Here in Philly, Hagan Arena, Philadelphia Freedom fans enjoying what they've seen the majority of the season. Philadelphia winning games, winning sets, and potentially winning another match. Chance to go 6-1, keep sole possession of first place here in the league. 13-7 the score at the break. You know, players in all these teams trying to win the King Trophy as the overall team champs, but also competing to win the Forever Mark Most Valuable Player Awards to be decided at the end of the season. Take a look at the special honors for the best male and female players in World Team Tennis.
Players from 14 countries across 6 different teams, 43 matches over 3 weeks. Who will make their mark in the race for the championship and the coveted King Trophy? This year's most valuable players, 1 male, 1 female. The Forever Mark MVP Awards unfold during the World Team Tennis Finals.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more, but by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Taylor Townsend, Vanya King. They'll be dueling here in women's singles as the warm-ups continue here for the Springfield Lasers and the Philadelphia Freedoms for the latest set in this World Team Tennis match presented by Geico. Jason Epp alongside World Team Tennis veteran and Grand Slam doubles titleist Renee Stubbs. Boy, if things weren't difficult enough for the Lasers, Renee, next set is against arguably the hottest player in World Team Tennis this season, Taylor Townsend, who is 30-11 in the games played in women's singles so far.
Yeah, she's just been absolutely spectacular for the Philadelphia Freedoms throughout the entire season. And one of the reasons, well, not only is she a great player, but, you know, being left-handed and the way she plays, it's hard to get used to her game. Maybe over 3 sets you get used to the serve. You can sort of work the point out a little bit better. But in World Team Tennis, when it's first to 5 games, Taylor is a nightmare to play against, and she's been playing so well. Vanya King has played extremely well tonight. She played beautifully in the women's doubles, so her confidence would be there. But playing singles is a whole different, another story.
So after that whitewashing in men's doubles, 13-7 the advantage. We'll see if Springfield can make some inroads with Vanya King at the controls of the hopes here for the Lasers. She'll get ready to serve against Taylor Townsend. And Vanya King, 15-15 so far in singles. Townsend, by the way, 25-8. We threw in Sloane Stevens, 1 set of success for the Freedoms in singles this year, but still Townsend league leader in women's singles wins. Mentioned Vanya King's great success, couple of Grand Slam doubles championships. Been to the 3rd round at the U.S. Open in singles a couple of times.
That's one of the reasons why she's done so well in doubles. It's just reading someone's racket face. You know, Taylor ran up for that backhand. You could tell she really wanted to hit it hard. And when you see that, you think, okay, automatically you think she's going cross court.
You talk so much about the smarts of King. You could see it on that play. She knew almost where it was coming.
Yeah, you just have to be really smart. If Taylor had run up and really been aggressive with that aggressive stance and then just poked it down the line, she would have won that point easily. Little things you have to learn. Well, one of the things that might be a little difficult for Vanya tonight is the spin that Taylor Townsend has on that forehand. I mean, I don't want to even closely compare it to Rafael Nadal, but it's what Rafa does with that forehand. It rips it cross court, and it's a shot you don't see very often. And Taylor has that shot. So it will be a difficult one for Vanya to handle. But so far doing a pretty good job at it. Well, a good hustle there from Taylor Townsend, but just again, the tennis smarts of Vanya King to play the right shot at the right time there. It was a good get there from Taylor. The one thing Taylor will have to be careful with tonight is that Vanya doesn't mind a target, and she's smart of how she plays the ball. So often Taylor can sort of come in on balls, and most players will make errors or try and do too much. Well, Vanya will make her play volleys. Oh, that serve was right on the line. That's why it shot through and caught Vanya King hitting it late.
Taylor Townsend, sensational junior career. That's #1 ranked junior in the world. Right now, women's singles, knocking on the door of the top 60.
I already told them it was right on the line. They didn't need to ask. And guess what? The computer's not changing.
Hawkeye Live making the call.
That is such a nightmare serve. As I said, you lean automatically more to your left, playing a lefty. And so when they hit it to your right with that kick, and it jumps away from you, particularly for Vanya, who's not the tallest of tennis players. Beautiful point construction. The thing that I like about Taylor is that she could hit every serve big, but she doesn't, and it's smart that she doesn't, because it brings in the slices and the kick serves and makes it even more potent. Oh, it's a good shot.
Talked about the smarts and play of King in that opening game. Taylor Townsend, we've seen the array of everything so far early in this year of World Team Tennis as she holds right back.
Yeah, because this wasn't a bad return. Down the middle of the court, it takes away the angle, but Taylor does a great job of staying down and through and not trying to do too much with that backhand. Good play from both women to start this singles.
Vanya King, again, dinged up last week, couple of matches ago, and to get subbed out in singles, but has been back healthy the last few. Trying to lift Springfield back in this. Lasers looking for a third win as a team on the season.
Great play there from King. I believe Vanya won the MVP of the season in 2009, I believe. She was on fire in singles in that particular season. The reason I know that is because she was playing for, I believe, the Springfield Lasers when she played against us in Washington, when Washington won their first title. And sadly for Vanya, I think she lost 2 sets of tennis that whole season. And they were both to the Castles. And our singles player that year was not great, did not have a good year at all. But the 2 times that she won 2 big ones was against poor old Vanya, and it was in the final where she lost that set. I believe had maybe 3 match points, 3 championship points, and was unable to close out for Springfield. It would have been their one and only WTT title. So she has some history with the Springfield Lasers.
Was 2009. She was that MVP in the Castles' first of their 6 titles in a 7-year stretch in 2009.
It was the first time that I'd won a WTT title and actually felt sorry for somebody, and that was Vanya, because she didn't deserve to lose that match. Just hard to see somebody who carries their team through to a championship final and really was their best player all year in singles and doubles, and then just couldn't close the door on that final.
It's a unique aspect of this as well. Players so much are used to kind of carrying their own load and deciding the outcome themselves.
It was the last set of the evening. Oh, that's a bad miss.
And
that
now
is huge.
Suddenly, Taylor Townsend has come back in.
Now the returner of serve gets to choose what side they play the return from.
This is why Taylor Townsend's had a great year in singles. She's 10 of 22 on break points, 22 break points in 33 total games coming in.
Well, not this time.
King can exhale. A nervy hold, but a hold nonetheless. 2-1 Springfield in the set. And give the Lasers a game in the overall column contest too. 14-9, Philly still in front. You've been talking about Hawkeye Live. Those of us and those watching us here on different outputs, including Don Mann on Facebook Live, says Hawkeye Live should be used on tour.
Thank you.
Although he says he could see, John McEnroe arguing with Hawkeye Live.
Well, that'd be fine, but McEnroe would be the one that would look silly because there's nobody to talk to. But I agree. And I can imagine that with the success that we're having here at World Team Tennis and the feedback that the tours will get, we will see it quite often. Here's the only problem. It's obviously expensive to have Hawkeye on every single court, but at Grand Slam level now, I believe it's on every court, at every availability. So certainly at the US Open, I believe it's on every court. The Australian Open, it's on every court. So if you have Hawkeye on every court, then there's no need for linesmen on that court. And you shouldn't leave it up to the players to have to make a huge decision on whether to challenge or not. So we'll see a lot of those little guys. Sorry to all the linesmen out there who love to travel and call for tennis. And it's kind of like the Walkman, or Blockbuster. I mean, sooner or later, they just got to go.
Seems like.
Can you think of something?
Oh, no. Those are all quality examples.
The Walkman.
Yeah, I remember having it. I also remember getting rid of it.
Did you have the yellow one that had the little glass was waterproof?
I remember getting my first one.
There you go. Beautiful serve. Again, into the body. If there's one thing about Taylor's serve that I love, it is the variety. Very difficult to get a read on it. And she goes with the big flat one there. So again, more variety from Taylor Townsend.
4 straight holds to begin in women's singles. Craig Carden and his team right now still in front here against Springfield. Taylor Townsend working up a lather here. Her team, though, has a cushion right now, trying to win and stay in sole possession of first in World Team Tennis. More action on the way from Hagen Arena coming up.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
2-2 here, set 4, women's singles, World Team Tennis. Philadelphia, Springfield, Freedom's in front. Vanya King serving for the Lasers. Overhead put away from Taylor Townsend. Daniel Geyer watching on Facebook Live, our stream tonight, says thanks for having the matches available for free online. Daniel, you're welcome. Tell your friends.
Yeah, it's just too good from Taylor Townsend. I'm not quite sure of what Vanya King was trying to do there, run around that backhand. Her backhand is so good, and I think a little bit of a wry smile there from Vanya, because I think she knows she made an error trying to hit that shot the way she did. So now in real trouble now. And this could be curtains for the Lasers.
And now Vanya King with triple trouble here. Handful of break points for Taylor Townsend.
And Taylor just loves this atmosphere. Just absolutely perfect tennis. Not overplaying, waiting for the right shot, and then that big forehand that Taylor has just opens the court up with this one, high to the backhand, and then just releases the racket head down the line. Beautiful play from the young American.
Again, Taylor Townsend has been flattening a lot of foes here in World Team Tennis. Another question, Renee, from one of our streaming viewers, Eric FP, says, I wonder if Townsend will ever have that kind of long-awaited breakthrough on tour.
Yeah, I believe she will. She's still very young, so.
It's hard to forget because you've been hearing this name for so many years. She's still just 22.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean, and for me, Taylor's an all-court player, meaning she likes to come into the net. She has a lot of variety to her game. So for me, players like her get better when they get older. There's no doubt about it. It's similar to a player like a Coco Vandeweghe, who was talked about a lot too in her early 20s, but it took her about 6 years to really break through. Of course, we know she's now been a semi-finalist of Grand Slams and has had the results that she's had because she has so many choices of shot as well. And I mean, Taylor is so talented that it's almost, she can play any shot. She can come into the net, she can serve and volley, she can chip, she can hit over a backhand. It takes time to develop that type of player. Literally, you have to play a million matches to finally figure out what your best type of tennis is. And I think that in about 3 years to 4 years, we'll see Taylor at her best.
Out of the Geico timeout, Townsend wins another point. If you want a kind of precursor to that, check her out in the next week plus, because this is as good as you'll see the way she's been playing so far this first week and a half of World Team Tennis.
Yeah, I mean, look, she has to stay, of course, injury-free. I mean, all of that is very important. She possesses all the talent in the world. She's fitter now. I mean, that's always been a bit of an issue, is can she last those 3 sets in a tough match against someone like a Simona Halep who's just going to grind you to the ground? But that is improving as well. So I'm going to make a prediction, and by the time she's about 27 or 28, there's no doubt she can be top 20. She just has to keep working hard.
And she seems to really relish the team atmosphere as well. We'll see if this can boost her through the rest of the summer once her duties are done with the Freedoms, and potentially this group will have the chance to continue playing along. Taylor Townsend has not lost in singles so far in World Team Tennis, and she's a game away from going 6 for 6 in sets on the season in women's singles.
Again, as I said, when it comes to World Team Tennis format with no ad and first to 5 games, Taylor's game is just suited so perfect for this environment. Best of 3, you know, it's a little bit more mentally as well, a little difficult, a little more difficult. It's managing all the highs and lows of a 3-set match is very different to playing first to 5. But you know, the one thing Taylor can take from this experience, this team tennis experience, is how can she compartmentalize in 3-set matches and maybe look at every set as an individual set. So there's certain things about World Team Tennis that can really help you in your professional career, and maybe that will be it for her. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? What a shot. Even, I mean, we can see Vanya King's face from here. It was just, she's like, oh my goodness, are you joking? I mean, look at the racket head speed on this backhand top spin. That is a joke how good that is. Talk about every shot. That's what I'm talking about. Vanya King has not played a bad, 6 games here. Wonderful point from both players. I mean, that's the type of tennis that Vanya has to play to win the point. Just aggressive, looking to try and get Taylor on the move, and takes the opportunity to take this ball out of the air. And doesn't try and do too much, and that's the key. That's why Vanya's such a smart player. I mean, that's just world class.
Strolling along here on a Tuesday night in Philly.
I mean, that's a good backhand from Vanya King off of that shot. No problems for Taylor.
Good setup from King. Has the chance to get the hold right now and force Taylor Townsend to serve it out herself. Another beautiful backhand setting up the forehand for Townsend, and it's a 3-all point. And Taylor Townsend, all the stats rocketing in her favor. Early juncture of the season in World Team Tennis, 7 of 11 on 3 all points in singles coming in.
Oh, what a great point from Vanya King. That was such a difficult volley. 2 volleys in a row. Taylor Townsend played that point as well as she could, but it was really the veteran from right here. I mean, this is such a difficult volley to hit without panicking. The one before was wonderful as well, the backhand down the line. That's not a natural volleyer for a two-hander, so I'm enjoying this tennis. They're both playing really well.
Vanya King is playing quality tennis. Taylor Townsend with that break has the chance to end the set. Big game win, though, for Springfield. 17-10, the Philadelphia lead overall. Big kicker ace for Townsend.
Again, I just, you know, you want to emphasize how smart Vanya is on the court, and the backhand is her best shot. And she doesn't overplay. She understands that Taylor Townsend's in trouble over there. So rather than trying to hit a complete winner, just get it back deep. She knows Taylor has to come up with something absolutely spectacular to win the point. Veteran playing.
Serve of Townsend bailing her out. King doing what she can in getting Townsend to raise her game to best her. 2 points away from another victory in World Team Tennis for Taylor Townsend.
Beautiful serve.
Well, when they met over the weekend, it was 5-3, Townsend over King. That potential for a repeat result is right here, right now.
It's really only been 1 or 2 points, which we say all night long, World Team Tennis.
No quitting King, but Townsend finally ends it.
That was a great set of tennis, and the reason why Taylor Townsend really is the MVP for the Philadelphia Freedoms this year is how good she's playing in women's singles. And that point and this set was indicative of all of those things. Great set from the young American.
She is 30-11 now on the season after a 5-3 win over Vanya King. And Philadelphia in the driver's seat again. 18-10, the overall lead with men's singles to round out the night. World Team Tennis presented by Geico. Well, it's a good feeling for the Freedoms with Taylor Townsend now 6-0 in singles sets so far this season. More coming up.
Still a chance here. It's Willingham. Edge of the box. Willingham shoots. Goal! That was magic. Willingham tucks it in and puts the championship to bed. Sweet dreams.
As long as soccer players celebrate with a slide, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Pressure. What pressure? The players on
The human body is an amazing structure of joints, muscles, and bones, working in perfect harmony. I chose Penn because their musculoskeletal center works the same way. They did not just see my arthritic hips, they saw me from a unique whole-body perspective, then worked as a cohesive team to get me back not just to dancing in competitions, but winning them. And my life, a life on the dance floor, is worth Penn Medicine.
A tennis league built on innovation, passion, and respect moves into the digital video age. For the first time, fans around the globe can stream every match from the World Team Tennis season on our new channel, WTT.tv, completely free. Watch major champions and rising stars come together to compete for the coveted King Trophy.
So many great points in this one.
This summer, watch the entire season at WTT.tv, presented by Geico.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together. So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
After tonight, all 6 teams in World Team Tennis will have played half of their regular season in Philadelphia, looking to be the class of the field. A win tonight gives the Freedoms another day atop the standings by themselves. They can solidify sole possession at the halfway pole. If they can close things out, either with a win by Kevin King or finishing things off if the Lasers were to win the set, if King could get a game in extended play. We'll talk more about that if it transpires. But Kevin King's been the closer a lot for Craig Carden. Unusual for a rookie in World Team Tennis to be in that last spot night in, night out. But at all the home matches, he's been batting cleanup.
Well, one of the reasons is it helps that he's getting a cushion thanks to players like Taylor Townsend and doing their job in doubles and singles and mixed. And so for the guys to go out and have a reasonable lead in the last set, it's really just up to them to hold serve and close it out. The many years that I played World Team Tennis, I really believed that you go strong at the beginning and you give your guys, usually you end with men's singles or men's doubles. That's really how I played. And, I really felt if you had a strong women's team, that's the way you should do it. I was never a big believer in, have your strongest at the end, because why put the pressure on to come back? Why not put the pressure on to hang on? Especially with the guys. Usually the men can hold serve.
So King taking on the 18-year-old Miomir, or Misha Kecmanovic, as he's known by, and former #1 ranked junior player in singles in the world. Teenager against the 27-year-old. By the way, both of these guys, first year World Team Tennis, they come in, their first match of singles for both, Sam Querrey.
Thanks. Who's played a lot of World Team Tennis.
Both did not win, but both handled themselves pretty well.
Well, that's a perfect example of you know, it doesn't matter the name, but the women can come out and win 5-love or 5-1. Unfortunately for Springfield, tonight it was really the men. To lose 5-0 in men's doubles was just absolutely a shocker from them. You know, the difference with Kevin when he's come out in the matches that we've seen him play, when he has a big lead, he comes out really loose and firing balls all over the place. The one night where he had to play Evan King and it was really down to that last set, he did not play great at all. So I like that he's a front runner. So that's why it'd be great to close all the time, because if he's got a lead, he's very loose and he likes it. And being a lefty as well, just like Taylor, difficult to get used to his type of game within 3 or 4 service games.
Especially that one-set scenario. Again, Craig Carden understands how to set the table for his lineup, and he's done it quite well with Philadelphia, reaping the benefits of a lot of game and match victories. Look at that Hawkeye Live close call. King gets the early hold. And a big return from his teenage opponent. Again, Kecmanovic from Serbia, lives in Florida, trains at IMG Academy, came in World Team Tennis. Both of his first matches, lost them both 5-love. Sam Querrey, Taylor Fritz.
Well, those are rough opponents who are both World Team Tennis veterans, really.
And King now able to turn on one, take the first 2 points on his opponent's service game. J.L. Dieger said, look, youngster has continued to learn and grow. And realizing certain things that you got away with at lower levels may not fly here in World Team Tennis in this scenario.
Yeah, I mean, juniors is one thing, but being a professional is professionalism. Not quitting, not giving up on certain points, not having a bad attitude. These are the things that you learn as you get older and you learn to mature. And he will learn a lot from playing this season, believe me, because he's playing against true pros.
And playing with true pros. Imagine the knowledge gained by playing mixed with Daniel Nestor.
Or doubles.
Excuse me, yeah, doubles, not mixed, clearly. King able to get the quick break, but again, Coach Dieger talking about Misha and learning, not only that, just learning. We talked about Nestor understanding what he can do at his age now and realizing how to win with it. Same thing for him, finding what works for him and continuing to grow those portions.
Yeah, and not double faulting on game points like he's done twice tonight. Men's doubles and now men's singles. You just cannot give those games away.
So King, with that break, 2-game lead here in the set. And jumping on things, trying to in this service game. Point here for Kecmanovic.
Well, it's just a huge forehand there from King. The ball is just sitting up too much. You have to flatten that out. If he's, one thing about his game is that's a lot of topspin, and that may work against guys that don't have a lot of power, but not tonight.
So King handing a double fault right back. J.L. Dieger taking a Geico timeout. Again, if King wins the set, Philadelphia takes the match. If Kecmanovic could find a way to win the set, He's got an opportunity to keep going in extended play and get his team back.
I'm trying.
Craig Card mentioning a couple of matches ago that King uses his leftiness very well. Is that part of the problem right now for Kecmanovic?
Beautiful return right there. I mean, just took that serve on and went down the line, and that set up the point.
Maybe his best played point of the night.
I thought Kevin King could have hit that forehand. Rather than hitting a lob, he could have hit that because he knows his opponent isn't that comfortable at the net. Yeah, I just love I love that Kevin King, when the short ball is there, he goes for the forehand, and he's constantly always looking to move forward behind it, and that's really good to see.
Played college tennis at Georgia Tech. Sensational performer for the Yellow Jackets. Talked about loving being on a team in this team atmosphere again. Just like college here in World Team Tennis.
Oh, that's a big forehand.
And a break for the teenager for the Lasers. So a little timeout from Coach DeYager. Got his man pumped up, and he delivered. Piping one down the tee, 124-mile-per-hour serve.
Yeah, he has some pop on that. Again, King just hitting the forehand so well tonight.
Able to sling one out. King can't track it down. 2-1 Kecmanovic. Well, he was getting drilled first couple of games, but 18-year-old has settled in.
Oh, great effort there from Kevin King to recognize that let serve immediately. We've seen a few of them tonight. Love that Billie Jean King is literally standing next to the court at this moment in time. She's gone from the back of the court to the side of the court. Never stops cheering for her team. Her baby of World Team Tennis tonight. Now we've got Kevin King and Vanya King on the other side of the net tonight. Oh, he almost had that.
Kecmanovic able to find a way to get the hold. 2-2 here. And we'll step aside for the moment. Lasers trying to extend things. Philadelphia trying to finish strong, stay in sole possession of first. 2012, the current score from Hagen Arena.
So you just walk around telling people Geico could help them save money on car insurance?
Yeah, that and homeowners, renters, motorcycle and boat insurance.
Huh. That's nice. What happens when you catch a fish?
Oh!
Geico. More than just car insurance. See how much you could save at geico.com.
I'm okay! In 1974, we founded a tennis league that was built on innovation, team spirit, and excitement. Now, 4 decades later, we're changing the game again and bringing World Team Tennis into the digital video age. This season, for the first time ever, you can stream every match from World Team Tennis on our new channel, WTT.tv, in high definition and completely free of charge. Check it out at WTT.tv.
J.L. DeJager, Craig Carden, 2 coaches looking on. You're the Philadelphia leader. You're probably a little more relaxed, but you never want things to go to extended play because
I'd still feel pretty good.
Yeah, but
but you're correct because you'd start getting a little bit tight.
Kevin King.
I've actually seen it happen. I've pretty much seen everything in World Team Tennis, but the one year, let me guess what year it was, maybe 2011? It was again at Washington Castles that I was playing for, and Bobby Reynolds went in for the last, and he was our closer. He was our Kevin King, and really Bobby was very solid in singles, and he had a big serve and usually closed things out quite well, just like Kevin. And he had a fairly sizable lead, maybe 5 games, which is not a lot, but it's still pretty good. He ended up losing the set. And all of a sudden lost his first service game, and then another game, and it was like we all of a sudden we're sitting on the side. Could this really happen? Oh my goodness! Like, so it's possible, and trust me, he was starting to get seriously tight. And you know you're playing against a guy that doesn't care at this point. He's just lacing the ball. He has no pressure on him whatsoever, and so you start panicking a little bit, even with a big lead.
And I can't imagine for players who are used to, again, doing things for themselves, what that must be like to just watch it evaporate.
Yeah, it's not fun. He's doing a great job, though, Kevin, tonight on serve.
He is indeed. Another hold in Philadelphia, continuing to pile up game victories, as Renee talked about, to just pad that lead, just in case King were to falter, potentially lose in the tiebreak, that it would still be a big mountain to climb in extended play for Springfield.
But again, you start to look at the individual standings as well. And it's all a bonus. And these players that end up winning singles, doubles, or mixed, they get an extra bonus on their end of year check. And so Kevin will be playing for things like that. Absolutely perfect tennis point. Perfect. Aggressive down the line with the forehand, aggressive again down the line with the backhand, and finishes it off, closing the net out at the net. Billie Jean King was just fired up after that point, because that was as perfect a point as you can play. Kevin King just hitting the ball beautifully down the line, particularly off this backhand. I mean, that is such a hard shot to hit.
Good stuff. It's Monovich being able to respond immediately. He beat Kevin King 5-4 in a tiebreak in their most recent showdown 2 nights ago in Springfield.
Again with the backhand down the line. That is so hard to hit constantly, but he just has the timing.
That did not miss by much. Headed to a 3-all point.
But it missed enough that we heard the call. The call.
We did outcall coming from those recorded voices used by Hawkeye Live. 3-all points. Kecmanovic just 2 of 13 coming into tonight on 3-all points. And King crunching the inside out forehand, gets the break, and has the chance to serve to close the evening.
I've seen Kevin play a number of matches this year, and this is the best I've seen him play, and I just think he's getting better and better through the season. So he is, no question, a solid finisher for this Freedoms team, and as good as this Freedoms team has been, he is definitely a good one to finish with. They're just very solid all around, and that's the key. And the key to me of winning World Team Tennis is you have to have strong women, because they're the difference maker with winning sets comfortably. Tonight, the men's doubles were on fire, winning 5-0. There's no doubt that that was the difference maker. But if you have strong women and they give you a big lead, and then you have solid guys like Kevin King and Fabrice Martin, tough team to beat. They are going to be tough. There's not a lot of weaknesses, and that's the key.
Get to throw Kevin Anderson in the mix tomorrow night, making an appearance here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, just your routine Grand Slam, 2-time Grand Slam finalist, and Wimbledon finalist, and US Open finalist. He's going to have to bring it. I mean, he's replacing Kevin. Or is he playing against Kevin? Oh.
One would assume he'll be in the lineup for the Freedoms, maybe spelling Kevin. Was originally ticketed to,
Kevin will get a day off.
Yeah, come through last week, but after his long weekend at the All England Club, they let him come in a week late for his appearance.
Yeah, I think he might have gone to the British Open to watch a little golf as well.
They need to maybe recalibrate the mile-per-hour machines. King now, match point.
Well, it's about the only thing he's done poorly tonight.
And the only thing he's done poorly on the year, 2 aces, 12 double faults in his matches in singles coming into the night. And Kevin King closes yet another Philadelphia Freedoms victory, and Philly remains on top in the World Team Tennis standings as we hit the halfway point of the 2018 season, a resounding 23-12 win over Springfield.
Well, it's been a number of years, I believe since 2006, where the Freedoms won, and ironically it was Daniel Nestor that they played against tonight. It was on that team. But this team looks like it's heading possibly for an opportunity to bring the King Trophy back to the Philadelphia Freedoms. They are on fire, and mainly because of that woman on screen with the big old ice bag on her playing arm, shoulder, Taylor Townsend. But the men tonight were sensational.
Certainly were, delivering some big victories on the night, including that 5-0 rout in men's doubles and the Philadelphia Freedoms shuffle, their little victory sachet that they've done in a ring. After all their victories this year, they get to do it for the 6th time in 7 tries.
Oh yeah, you got to keep the traditions going, man.
23-12, Philly over Springfield. We'll take a timeout, back to wrap it up in just a moment here from Hagan Arena on City Line Avenue in Philly.
I woke up in Memphis and told people about Geico. How they could save 15% or more, but by just calling or going online to geico.com. Sorry, are you gonna... Every time.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Give me a racket and watch me go. Because I won't come back the same. Sometimes I'll come back with scratches and scrapes.
Or with stories of great shots and close shaves. Of wins for the history books. And of losses I'll never forget.
But watch me smile.
Say good game.
And put my racket away for now, but not for good.
Because I'll have seen what I can do.
And I know greatness is waiting.
Sign up with Net Generation, official youth tennis of the USTA.
I play hard. I took it up a notch. Then I got hurt. I couldn't ignore the knee pain. I was told by other doctors I needed a knee replacement and would never run again. Until I went to Penn. Their musculoskeletal center put together a team of specialists. Using their unique whole-body approach and new procedure to repair cartilage, they made sure I kept my knee and my intensity. And my life, a life in motion, is worth Penn Medicine.
Taylor Townsend getting that little ice prize after picking up another singles win. Philadelphia has the first place prize as well in World Team Tennis so far in 2018. Big victory for the Freedoms here at home against the Springfield Lasers. The numbers back it up. Philly winning 75% of its first serve points on the night, coming through with 7 breaks of serve in 16 break point opportunities. Again, continuing to apply plenty of pressure throughout the night. Kevin King able to close the deal. And this Philadelphia team will continue into the second half of this 3-week sprint of a season in World Team Tennis with another matchup coming up tomorrow night against Orange County. One of the teams trying to track down the Freedoms in the standings. Coverage of that one will begin at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. For Renee Stubbs and our entire crew, this is Jason Knapp saying so long from the home of the first place team in World Team Tennis in 2018 right now, the Philadelphia Freedoms.
Still nervous about finding a new apartment?
Yeah, but popping these things really helps me relax. Please don't. I'm saving those for later.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about renter's insurance. Just go to geico.com.
Geico helps with renter's insurance. It's good to know.
Been doing it for years.
That's really good to know. I'll check them out.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
WTT.TV has been brought to you by Wilson. Get the best gear in the game. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. By Forevermark. Less than 1% of the world's diamonds are worthy of the Forevermark inscription. Forevermark, a diamond is forever. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. Graphics provided by New Blue FX. Powered by JVC Professional Video.